I just need it to be August again, and life will be good. This is all coming up here in Locked On Blues.
You're Locked On Blues, your daily podcast on the St. Louis Blues. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back to Locked On Blues, your team every day. Thank you for making Locked On Blues your first listen every single day. For those that don't know me, my name is Haley Taylor Simon, and I am your host here on Locked On Blues. I am inside the studio today. I work at a sports radio station, so it's a little chilly, which is why I have my cardigan sweater on. For those on YouTube that are watching here on Locked On Blues, we have a lot to talk about today. It's going to be a more fun show due to the fact that it is a fun Friday, which means, of course, we have my favorite segment. But before we get into that, I just want to comment on my first segment, which is something that's a little interesting to me. And that is that the season is coming quickly. And I was thinking about this. It is already the end of July. Today is July 28th, which is insane because I keep on wanting to say June 28th. That's how fast this month has felt to me. The fact that July is almost over, and then after July, we go to August, and then September, boom, October, regular season hockey. I feel like this has been one of the shortest off seasons, and maybe it's because I'm playing a bunch of Padoku, which is kind of like the immaculate grid for baseball, but it's for hockey, and it's been very entertaining and helping me quite a bit. But it's one of those things that this off season has just felt like it's flying by. And maybe that's just summer in general. I'm a huge summer person. I love the warm weather. I love everything that is summer besides the sports situation, which is the lack of sports and the boredom that comes out of that. But when I think about the fall, two things come to my mind: football season and hockey. And for some reason, I feel like it's slowly creeping. I saw a thing yesterday on Facebook, for those that use Facebook still, and it said 100 days until Halloween. And I know what you're thinking. Hale, what does this have to do with St. Louis Blues hockey? Well, it means that we're probably about 80-ish days away from the beginning of the regular season, since Halloween is the very end of October. So I got a little excited. I was like, okay, the season is coming sooner than I thought. But with the season approaching quicker, it does make me think, what else can the Blues do this offseason? I know I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, but time is ticking, and time is not on the side of the St. Louis Blues due to the fact that it is almost August, and there hasn't really been any moves made in terms of the defense, in terms of team leadership, and it seems to me that the Blues are not moving with how fast the offseason is moving. I don't know if that even made sense what I just said out loud, but I hope that some of you understand what I'm trying to say here on Locked On Blues, that this is flying by, and I expect to see more moves being made. Obviously, a highlight of the summer already was the prospect development camp that happened on 4th of July weekend. And other than that, I guess getting Kevin Hayes, there hasn't been a whole lot of action this offseason. Not to say that things won't come up and won't happen, but it seems like everything that was supposedly up in the air is just not going to happen. The interesting part, though, about hockey is that while with every sport, each season, your team can improve, your team can go on a downward spiral. With hockey, you truly can rebuild within one season, and I'm a big believer in that. When people say that it's not possible, I laugh because the Florida Panthers used to be an awful team, and despite them being a really good team a couple seasons ago, and that was when people suspected them to make it to the Stanley Cup, which they got out in the first round, they ended up being very successful this season. So, what I'm trying to get out here is that St. Louis has a real opportunity to step it up, to improve drastically, and to make it into the postseason. That is the goal, is the postseason. I am not happy with any other outcome. Any other outcome is unacceptable. Any other outcome is a fail. And okay, call me dramatic. Call me what you want to call me. But I'm just being realistic here is that that is how I feel about the St. Louis Blues team is that they have talent, but will they execute that talent? Maybe Justin Folk steps up a little bit on D and gets the team motivated again. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't read minds. I certainly am not going to read Berube's mind or Armstrong's mind to figure out what they're thinking. But I just need St. Louis to be better. And I could say that a million and one times. I think I say that on every single episode. I was really disappointed last season. But I don't think that's unfair for me to come on here on Locked On Blues and to tell you that I did feel very disappointed and that I am going to talk to you about all the different outcomes of this upcoming season. The Central is not easy, but it's not tough. So that is like one of those weird things where it's like one of those divisions where it's a little iffy. It's a little, it could be difficult. It could be, I don't want to say easy, just it could be easy. But one thing I'm going to do is to talk about where the Blues fell last year, and we're going to talk about some other things with the Central that makes me not. I don't want to. I'm not saying nervous. That's icky. I don't. May, what's another word for nervous? Let's go think. I can't think of a word. All right, we're going to talk about the Central Division. So coming in first was the Colorado Avalanche with 109 points. Then the Stars with 108 points. Right there, I just want to say the Stars choked in the playoffs to the Knights. Um, they had a real opportunity to have a comeback, and I'm not on here today on Locked On Blues to make fun of other teams. I'm just saying that that could impact them mentally this upcoming season. So that's one. And the Avalanche, I don't know. Like they had a good regular season, just postseason, but they also were the defending Stanley Cup champion, so I can't say too much about that. Then you have the Minnesota Wild that had 103 points. That is really good, but postseason again didn't show up. Then the Winnipeg Jets with 95 points. I don't see them as a threat. You have the Nashville Predators with 92 points. Again, a team that's not a threat to me. Obviously, St. Louis with 81. I know, I'm talking a lot for a team with 81 points, okay? What are you going to do about it? They had 11 more points than the Arizona Coyotes, who had 70 points. And then, of course, the Chicago Blackhawks, who I think rigged the system, who got 59 points. They really tanked for Bedard, and it's kind of frustrating. But that's on them. I mean, 81 points. Okay, so let's go say that the Blues were hypothetically in the Atlantic Division. They would be above the Red Wings and the Canadiens due to the fact that the Red Wings had 80 points and the Canadiens had 68 points. And then in the Metro, the Blues could have done even better because the Blues would have finished above the Capitals. The Capitals had 80 points, the Flyers had 75, and the Blue Jackets had 59. So in the Metro, the Blues would have been significantly better. And then, of course, the Pacific Division, you would have just been above the Sharks with 60 and then the Ducks with 58 points. So, yeah, okay. You know what? I'll admit it's really not that great. I'm trying to be positive. It's not easy to be positive. Ooh, that's bad. That's actually really bad. That's worse than what I thought. It was a bad season. I will try to be positive. I'm going to try to be positive. Do I have to be positive? I don't want to be positive. This This is not good, St. Louis. I don't want to be positive. Oh, man. Now I'm yelling again. And you know when I yell, I'm actually upset. Oh, that really sucked. Okay. Well, that was a little depressing on a Friday. But what is not is my friends at AG1. They take care of their bodies with optimizing whole body health. You also drink AG1, which is why I'm a big fan, with every daily serving successing with 75 high quality ingredients that give all key nutrition. It's a micro habit that delivers micro benefits that helps everybody in everyday health. So go to drinkag1.com/NHL network. Again, visit my friends at AG1 at drinkag1.com/NHL network today. All right. Just get me to August. Just get me to August. I have a feeling that something's going to go down in August. I have a feeling that something is going to go down in August. What's going to go down in August, Hale? I think that a captain might be named in August. It has to happen. This is when training camp will begin. I just have a feeling that something's going to go down in August. And also, August is closer to hockey season, so anything that gets me closer to hockey, I am a fan of. I am like a hockey nerd. I am such a loser when it comes to hockey. Because at the end of the day, hockey is the love of my life. And I said it once and I'll say it again. Hockey is the love of my life, and I am so proud to say that. I miss watching St. Louis Blues hockey. It has felt like forever. It's been since April because when your team doesn't make it to the postseason, um, well, you got a lot of time on your hands. So it's one of those things where you're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And I'm sick of waiting. I just want some hockey. I'll take anything at this point. Anything. Oh, wow. Um, hmm. I just got asked right now to be on the Locked On Senators podcast to talk about the Vladimir Tarasenko contract and how it affects Ottawa. To talk about what he will bring to the Senators. Interesting. All right. So that's fun. My friends over at Locked On Senators do such a great job. I just saw that. They messaged me too, and I didn't even see until now. I'm so sorry, Locked On Sens. I have been at the studio all day, but I will get back into talking with them. It sucks. It sucks. I just need August because then again, folks, closer to hockey. I don't know if I could say that even any louder than I can right now, but I just need something. I need something ASAP. And the only thing that I'm getting right now from St. Louis is about their youth training camp. There's no news on anything. It is so boring right now. And I just want to know what is happening in the front office. I need answers. I have questions. Are they looking to add another defender? Or is this the team that they're going to have? I am so mad. Because if this is the team that they're going to have, I'm going to be disappointed. How much better can you seriously be after only having 81 points in this season? Ooh, you finished above the Coyotes. Ooh, you finished above the Blackhawks who purposely tanked because you can't tell me that they didn't. It is so frustrating, but I'm going to try to be optimistic or else I'm going to drive myself crazy. But being a St. Louis Blues fan is not easy because we just won the cup in 2019. And now it feels like we're not going to get back there anytime soon. Now, I think that they will. I think that it's one of those things that eventually it will happen. But there needs to be more adjustments made. I don't think Kevin Hayes is a fix-all solution. And if you think that he's going to bring something to the table that's going to drastically improve the St. Louis Blues, I want you to tell me why, because I just don't see it. Maybe I'm a little negative. Maybe I'm just a little harsh. But at the end of the day, when I think of a player that could be impactful, I think of the Tkachuk brothers. I mean, their dad, Keith Tkachuk, was one of our best players. I think of the Chris Pronger that we had on our team in St. Louis. That absolutely changed the whole dynamic of the team. You think of Brett Hull. You think of different players that played for the Blues have made such impact. Do any of the guys on the team have that now? Can you name any player that has that impact? Or is it just kind of like, they're good, but they're not going to change the season good, or they're not going to change the team good? The NHL has a lot of talent. There's no denying that. But I feel like for some reason, years ago, maybe the early 2000s, maybe it was because the game was a little bit more rough and it was a little different. I felt like there was more talent. I'm not saying that there's not talent, but I don't know. It's frustrating being a fan of a team that has potential and they didn't use it to their full extent, and now here they're at. So, going back really fast to free agency, just so I can let you know. The Ottawa Senators signed Vladimir Tarasenko to a 1-year deal worth $5 million. So that's what my friends at Locked On Blues were talking about. But yeah. Let's go see who's still available for free agency. Okay. The list is not good. I don't want any of these people. Oh, I'm not being nice. I'm not being nice. Oh. I'm not nice. There's only 161 guys that are still free agents. I mean, I wouldn't be upset with Matt Dumba. I'm just saying, but he's probably worth a lot of money. Oh, we're never going to get any good players because this free agency sucks. Oh, John Moore, he's available, but he got his trash. Ethan Bear. He's unassigned. He was just on the Canes. Oh, wait, he wasn't on the Canes. Oh, my, why was I thinking the Canes? Yeah, no, he played on, I was right. He did play on the Canes in 2021. He was on the Canucks last season. Okay, so that could be a good, nice little defender. He still wouldn't change the game, though, so that doesn't help. Come on, Ethan. Why can't you step it up a little bit, man? No, but I'm being a little difficult. I'm being a little diva-like. I just want the St. Louis Blues to acquire more talent. Is there any player right now that's a free agent that you're excited about? Because I hate to be this way, none of them excite me. And I'm more focused on defense than anything, just because defense right now is basically the thing. I mean, Jonathan Tao, but Patrick Kane, I don't want him. Obviously not. Martin goalie, so we don't need him. Let's go to page 2. Let's go see. Because maybe I'm just being really difficult. Oh, Wayne Simmons. Oh, Brian Elliott. Oh, we like Brian Elliott. He's been around the league forever. He's like the oldest one. A lot of defenders. But this guy, Mitchell Miller, he's 21. He could be somebody that you are able to develop, but do they need to develop? Oh, wait, how about Colin Swar? He played. Yep. Nothing in the NHL. This is the problem. All these guys, they haven't had any NHL experience. Yeah, there's nobody. Some of these people are so old. I feel like I'm just, like, going on a rant right now just about how old all these guys are, but, uh, yeah, it's not good. Alright, so that being said, yeah, the free agency sucks. Alright, so before I get on to my favorite segment of the planet, make sure to follow us here on Locked On Blues at Locked On Blues on Twitter or my Twitter, Haley T. Simon. And again, make sure you subscribe on YouTube at Locked On Blues or wherever you get your podcasting. You can get on Apple Music. You got that Spotify. You even have Sirius. There are so many ways to get your Locked On podcast, your team every day. And my everydayers, you already know that I usually post towards the end of the day due to the fact that I usually wait for breaking news, even though nothing is happening. And it's driving me absolutely insane. I'll get like the Twitter notification and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's happening. And it's like, oh, sign up today for open house. And I'm like, bleep. Not that happened today. It happened today. I was like, are you kidding me? I need some St. Louis Blues hockey ASAP. Fergusap. All right. Are we feeling blue? Yes, I am feeling blue. I am feeling blue because I need something. I need excitement. I need news. I need anything at this point. I am losing my mind, folks, without hockey. I just need something. I need memes. I need anything. I need something to get me by because it is the end of July and I feel like my heart is hurting. Hale, why is your heart hurting? It is because I miss hockey. Hockey, hockey, hockey. I miss it. I was so upset. And a couple months ago, I'll show you the sweatshirt that came in for my folks on YouTube that can see. If you're not on YouTube, I'll just describe it to you. I'll describe in detail. Look at this sweatshirt that came in. So for those that could not see that, it says St. Louis, and then it has hockey sticks and, of course, the outline of Mizzou. I love it. It's funny. Like it was like one of those sweatshirts. I'm like, oh, it's a little vintage looking. It's a little old school. That made my week a little bit better because I was really missing some St. Louis Blues hockey. So of course I ordered something a couple months ago that just came in. So that was a little ironic. I feel like this is the time of the year where I'm just kind of like, okay, the heat is cool and all. I can always go to vacation in like California, Florida, whatever. But can we please just have some hockey? And that's why I said bring me August, because I know in August news will happen. It will go down, things will get real. But until then, I'm kind of just like in a funk, I guess you can say, because I just feel like I wake up expecting something and nothing is happening. And as much as I love talking about the past, because I do, trust me, I can always talk about the past no matter what. With some of our great Blues legends and just the team and how they annoyed me last season. I am ready to move on and I am ready to talk about the future of St. Louis Blues hockey. With Dvorsky and, Oscar, just all these different players that we drafted. I'm ready for the future, but I know that they're not going to be here next season. So it's kind of just like, give me something to tie me over. I really miss hockey. Do you miss hockey? Am I the only one that's losing my mind right now because I miss hockey and it's all I can think about? Okay, because it's all I can think about. With all that being said, today's episode was fun per usual. And how I always end my episodes, let's go Blues.